Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for popping in. If you are brand new here, my name's Clarissa. My husband and I, we run a part-time reselling business. And today I just wanted to talk a little bit about staging, also known as merchandising. So if you're interested on how this could potentially benefit your business, definitely stick around. All right, so what is staging or merchandising? They really are one and the same. Staging is the term that's typically used for properties like homes and businesses. Merchandising is for your storefronts, whether that's online e-commerce business or a brick and mortar store that's like a physical location that someone comes in to buy stuff. Unstaged properties are like the bare, empty place that you walk through and it just feels bare and empty. Versus if it's staged, it has furniture, it has life, it appears to be lived in. For merchandising in stores, whether that's wholesale or retail, this is the presentation on something being desirable. It is neat and clean and something that you want to buy. Is this a requirement? Absolutely not. There are homes that are unstaged selling every single day. There are businesses that are out there doing just fine that do not focus on merchandising. But can it be beneficial? Absolutely. And here's how this staging or merchandising can be beneficial and important to your business. Number one. So the first thing that makes it beneficial is that it helps your buyers visually connect to the item. So if you're walking into a property and it looks lived in, you can actually visualize yourself living there. People can visualize how their furniture could outlay versus just like a bare room. Same thing with an item if it's staged in a way that has presence, then someone can visualize a piece of jewelry that's on their wrist, or they can visualize a ring, they can visualize a piece of clothing as it's modeled by a mannequin or even a real person. Number two, it increases the perceived value. Staging an item can actually increase the perceived value. It doesn't mean that it's actually worth more, but because of the presence of it, it can change how someone sees the value of a particular item. Number three, it helps you stand out from competitors. So if you're selling a Patagonia sweater and someone else is selling a Patagonia sweater, and for example, your sweater is, hanging nice and neat on a hanger with a even let's just say a plain white backdrop, free of clutter, free of any other busyness going on, and then a competitor out there has this sweater thrown on a bed, it's definitely going to make a difference on which one they buy, especially if the price is exactly the same and it's what they're already looking for. All right, so if your merchandising is welcoming and it's bringing consumers in, it can also build a sense of community because it can make buyers feel comfortable shopping with you because of how it makes them feel. And so that can actually build on a sense of community for people to come back to your store, come back to your space if you are a physical space, or even come back to your website and purchase again. So at the end, number five, that can actually create more and consistent income, more profit, because if buyers are visually connecting with an item that you're selling and they are perceiving a higher value You're standing out from other competitors. Your space, your store is welcoming. It gives them a vibe of things that are of similar interest or what they have interest in, whether it's brands, whether it's styles, all of those different factors kind of come into play. But it creates consistent sales, which in the end creates an increase in profit. So now that we learned a little bit about merchandising and why it could be important, how do we do it? So I have an e-commerce business. All of my stores are online, so I really will focus on the online aspect of it. It's really important to make sure that you have good lighting and clear pictures of the item that you're selling. You want to make sure that you are portraying professionalism, right? So it looks clean. You have a sense of neatness. There's no clutter. You're not taking pictures in your bathroom with dirty clothes in the background. Simple is good. Simple is definitely a good thing. Sometimes being too busy or too stagey may not help the sale at all. For example, if you are trying to sell a hat and with that hat you're portraying an entire outfit, it might be good to have a final picture to give a potential buyer an idea of how they could style it. But at the end of the day, your main focus, what you want your pictures to be on, is the hat, because that's what you want your buyer to hone into. Having a clear title and a good description of the item that you are selling is extremely important. Your title should include the name of the brand of whatever it might be that you're selling, the item itself, maybe a little bit of detail including color or style, and then if you can include the size, all in your title, that is going to benefit you because the people that are searching for something specific, it can come up in the searches. A solid description is also super beneficial because that's going to give your potential buyer all of the information that they need to be able to make an informed decision on if this is an item for them or not. It's also important to research the actual price point for the product that you're trying to sell, because if you're too high from what is going on in the average market, then your item is just going to sit. And if you're too low, buyers will actually tend to wonder what is wrong with your item, or if you fail to disclose something because it's priced too low. Doesn't mean they won't buy it. It just means that could hinder someone from buying it if you're well below. You also could be cheating yourself out of some extra money without even realizing it. So knowing that average price point and being somewhere right in the middle of that or just slightly below if you're looking for a quick move. Because if you're already beating all the other prices out there, chances are you're going to be one of the first ones to have your item out the door. So at the end of the day, by following these steps, it can help really create some good merchandising practices for your business. Let's say increase those sales and elevate your business. Again, is this something that you have to do? Absolutely not. Will this be something that works for you? It does take a little bit of extra time. It does take some energy and some effort. I'm always just sharing my own opinion, my own insight, things that helped me in my business grow. So I find it very beneficial and definitely want to just share that information with you. Thanks for tuning in today, learning a little bit about staging or merchandising and how this could potentially benefit you and your business. And if you have any thoughts or comments, please don't hesitate to leave them down below. Always welcome. If you liked this video, definitely give us a thumbs up. We certainly appreciate you. And until next time, bye.